Ladies and gentlemen, it's extremely gratifying to see our friends in the police department and the game department, and some of you we don't even know, that the gratitude that we have for you will never end. I thought I'd talk about some of David's early life. David was always a farmer. My dad was a farmer, although he made his living as a carpenter, but David was always with him. David was like, he was attached at the hip. He learned the farming business early. My dad died when he was only 10, and I was probably the most, not the gentlest of teachers, shall we say. Patience is truly a virtue, but it is not one of mine. And David learned fast, he learned quick. By the time he was 14, I was doing a lot of traveling for the Heinz Company, Midwest, and in California. We were running about 65 head of cattle. David not only took care of them, he did all the farming. I had bought a thing called a Heston hay stacker, which allowed for one man haymaking. He not only cut the hay, raked the hay, run it through the machine and made like a big loaf of bread that weighed 3,000 pounds. He'd move them all into the storage area. And I'd come home from California and it was sitting there. And he did all this when he was about 14, 15 years old. At one time, it was a couple of years after he started, he broke his thumb delivering a calf, trying to pull it out of the cow, and he broke his thumb. And he still went on to go 2 weeks later up to Penn State and win the tractor driving championship. And we never knew how much that David had done for so many people until the last 2 days. When he first became a veterinarian, he didn't have any clients except me. And somebody brought a calf, I don't even remember who it was, but brought a calf to the house right there on the farm. And the calf was in bad shape. It was just a couple days old. It didn't get a good start. He worked for 3 hours on that calf, and he lost it. And he just sat there and sobbed. His compassion was not something that recently developed. That's the way it was.
When David was 16, our neighbor had a house fire, and it had obviously caught his eye, and he walked down over the hill to see what was going on. When he came back, he was determined that he was going to join the fire department. After many arguments with Mom and Dad about whether or not he was going to be able to join the department, he finally they allowed him to join the department. Back then, they didn't have pagers, they had scanners. And we had a scanner in our bedroom, and he was able to sleep through every other department's tones other than ours. Now, if you notice, I said he could. Didn't fare too well for me. But even though I still considered him my hero. I remember when I was in 8th grade, I had to do a speech for English class about my hero. Everyone else in the class was picking sports stars, figures, actors, that type of figure. I picked my brother. I always had the theory that it takes a hero to run into a burning building when everybody else is running out.